Hey everybody, my name is Ian Hoppy. I am the founder and CEO of Conduit, and I'm here to tell you about the new Sitewalk feature and show you how it rolls into the rest of the Conduit platform that you know and love so well. So I've already got a new Sitewalk created, but I'll show you how you would create one from the get-go. You go up here, you put your project name in, and then you also put your project name in, and then you can select your type of project here. So we've added this new Sitewalk piece to the installation process, or the charger installation piece, and that's going to open up a new form, and I'll show you what that form looks like that's already been filled out. So this is the Conduit Sitewalk right here. You can see here at the top we've got project information. It's got the site location. You put in the address of the location of the installation. We've got a customer information, so all the details about the customer name, the contact there, all that is editable and changeable. We've also got site information in there, like what is the site use. We'll say this is an apartment complex. It's a surface lot, and say there's 45 feet average from the electrical room to the charger site. We've also got charger use, and once you're finished with this section, you tap on these check marks down in the bottom right, and it lets you know that you've completed everything you need in there. Next, we've got a site photos piece. This allows you to take pictures of the electrical room, the utility transformer, where the charger is going to go, and the conduit run to the charger, so you know where you're going to be trenching. These are all important photos that really need to be taken into account, and Conduit really lets you get those and make sure that they're all filled, because once that's done, you hit that check mark there on the bottom right as well. You can add EV chargers if you know what kind of chargers you're going to be putting in. But we know we're going to have a power source of some kind, which is right here. We have a utility connection by the Alabama Power Company. They're in the rear of the building, 3-phase, 4-wire, 277, 480 volt Y. If we have multiple utilities, we can add that as well. Finally, we've got panels and switchboards here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 panels and a switchboard MS. So all that information could go in there. You add as many as there are. You can also add other equipment if you have it. But at the end of this collection piece, and we intend this to be, you can have sales folks go out and do this, or you can have your apprentices go out and do this, or just your standard journeyman or installer, or even the facility manager. We'd like you to be able to send them the Sitewalk and then be able to collect all this information. At the bottom, you can hit next steps, and you can export this to a standard PDF, and I'll show you what that looks like out here. Here we go. So here is a Sitewalk. This is a standard PDF. We can make this in just a handful of seconds. It's got all the details about the site and all that information, as well as the photos of the site and utility connections. And then also we've got our panel PP1 and all the details about it. So this is just kind of a standardized set of documents that will output as a result of filling in everything in this Sitewalk. But after you've done that, you can convert to a Standard Condoit Project. And that's what this looks like. So this is going to drop you out here. We know we have all these different pieces of equipment, and now that you know Conduit, you can go in here and actually kind of start connecting these together. So we may not know raceway sizes and types. All that is very editable. However, this allows you to go ahead and start connecting all these pieces of equipment together, so you can get a general understanding of what the electrical system in this facility looks like, just from the ground up. So this kind of allows you to put stuff together, build a basic single line diagram, and then we can start doing some design to this facility as well. So we've got like a really basic single line here. Maybe we know that this is say a 1200 amp main breaker. I've got all the standard breaker sizes in here. We add this and we'll save that. I'm going to go up here and make sure that we are in EV readiness assessment and load analysis collection requirements, just so we get everything we need. So we will go in here, and I just set my phase wire distribution for this switchboard. We'll say 3-phase, 4-wire, 277, 480 volt Y. If I've got load or some kind of EMON-DEMON on that piece of equipment, I can put A, B, and C phase load in here, and it'll start doing those load calculations for me. So I save that, and then I can go in here and change this to a 3-pole main breaker. So you know we've got 3 poles in that switchboard. And while we're in here, we'll go and do, maybe these are 200 amp main breakers, or 200 amp breakers, 3-pole, for all of these breakers that are in here. Go ahead and add those. And one more. 200, 3-pole, and then finally one more, 200 amp, 3-pole, we'll save that. So we're starting to build this really basic single line diagram out here. Now, let's just say, for instance, we want to go and add a new EV charger. We're going to add it. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new switchboard or a new EV panel downstream from the switchboard, and then we'll add a new EV charger as well. So what I'm going to do is go up here and move from collection mode, which we've been doing as-built, over into design. So in design mode over here, this is going to redo all of our project here and turn it all as-built. And then we'll be creating a brand new design based upon this existing as-built. So here we go. It's grayed out all the existing stuff, and from here we can hit the plus button, and that's going to allow us to add equipment. We're going to add a panel, and we're going to call the panel PPEV. We'll say that there is a meter attached. We'll say it's 3-phase 4-wire, and we'll say I don't know. We'll say it's 12208. And we'll say it's a main breaker panel. We'll save that, and then we can take and tap on that piece of equipment, and then say, well, get down there. Yeah, so say we're going to connect it. Say connect. We'll connect it upstream to a new breaker inside of switchboard MS, just like that. And we'll change this to say we'll say like a 125 amp breaker, 3-pole, save that. And then in here, we can say this is 125 amps as well. We'll save. And then we can hit this piece of equipment and say add equipment below. Down there, we can add an EV charger. We'll call this new EV. We'll say the location is the parking lot. Already fill in. We'll say it's a charge point level 2. We'll say it's 40 amps. Save that. And you can see that these EV chargers go together pretty quick. So we'll put in a 40 amp breaker inside of here. And you can see we're really starting to pull this together, this single line diagram very, very quickly. I'll make this is 125 amps. We'll say it's a PVC, 1.5 inches, and we'll call it copper. We'll say there's 5 of them, and we'll say it's 125 amps. That's what, roughly like 1 aught or 2 aught. Save that. It's going to label that raceway for us, and then we'll go out here and say that this is PVC running to the out to the EV charger. We'll say it's 1-inch PVC. We'll say it's 55 feet long. We've got a few conductors in there, 5 copper. And we'll say for that it's number 10. So it's going to label that for us. And then out here, we've got all this detail, and we can export this to a single line diagram. And we have a really basic EV charger installation ready to go. So that's kind of the site walk all the way to design mode. You can see I built this in about less than 10 minutes. And you can build a lot faster if you're not kind of having to explain it the whole way. So give us a call, give us a shout. We'd love to show you this in person and get you using it out in the field. Thank you.